Hi, in this video I am going to show you how to create dynamic project dashboards like this in Microsoft Excel using pivot tables and slicers. It's a totally dynamic project dashboard. For example, if you select any of the cost categories, all the things will be filtered out for that specific cost category. If you select a number of different cost categories, as you can see in here, the costs and the dashboards in here will be updated as per our selections. If I remove the filters, all the project dashboard and information will be shown in here. In addition, for example, let's select here 2022. As you can see, the information for 2022 will be shown. And if we select only 2023, the information for 2023 will be shown. And for example, if we select any specific months of the year, for example, let's go select January, hold the Control key, select February and select March, the expenses and revenues and the profit for those specific months will be shown in here. We have additional filters for the projects, and we have filters for the funds, which are either external or internal. We can use all the filters to show the specific data and information that we want to see. So in this video, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process of creating such dynamic dashboards. So let's get started. So in here, as you can see, we have the data where we have the item names, the category, the projects in which these items are used, the month, the year, the expenses, revenue, profit, and the funds. So first of all, we'll convert this range into a table. Hold Ctrl plus T. As you know, we have headers in here, so I'll check this part and click OK. Our data will be converted into a table. Now I will summarize the data with a pivot table. Our first pivot table will be project and expenses by project. So in here, I'll go summarize with pivot table. I'll create a pivot table in a new worksheet. And in here, I'll select the project name. And moreover, I'll select the expenses for each of the projects. In order to convert this to currency, I'll right click in here, go to number format. From here, I'll go to currency, I'll remove the decimal places and click OK. And in addition, I don't need the grand total in here. So go to options. From here, I'll go to totals and filters. I'll uncheck these two and click OK. So the totals will be removed from here. Go to pivot chart. From here, we will insert the column chart for this one and click OK. I will leave this as it is and go and create another pivot table and another pivot chart for other indicators. So from here, I'll go to Insert, go to Pivot Table. From here, we'll select a new worksheet. And in here, we will have the month name, and we will have the amount of revenue per each month. So I'll select revenue. And again, I'll convert these into currency. I'll remove the grand totals from here. And click OK. Now for this one, I will insert an area chart and go and select an area chart from here. I'll select the first one and click OK. The area chart will be inserted. And the next one will be to go and insert profit per item. So again, I'll go to data. From here, I'll go to insert and I'll select pivot table and I'll create the pivot table into a new worksheet. From here, I'll select the item name and I will select the profit per item, and I will convert these into currencies, remove the decimal places, click OK, remove the grand totals from here, and last but not the least in here, we will create a bar chart for this one. Go to pivot chart, go to bar charts, I'll select the first one and click OK. Since these items are not in the correct order, I'll right click on this one, format axis. From here, categories in reverse order, I'll close this one. So this will be okay. And next, as you can see here in the dashboard, we have percentage of funds per type. So I will go and select funds and the amount of expenses or amount of revenues per fund. So in here again, I'll go to insert. I will select a pivot chart from here and create a new pivot chart and a new worksheet. And in here, I'll select the funds, and I'll select the amount of expenses for funds, and right click in here. We will convert these into percentages. So show values is percentage of grand total, and I'll remove the total from here. I'll go to total and filters and check these two and click OK. And as you can see, we have the data for this one as well. So I'll go to pivot chart tools, pivot chart. I'll select a pie chart from here and I'll click OK. So this one will be done as well. Next chart that we have is we will have the percentage of expenses by category. So again, I'll go to our data sheet in here. From there, I'll select expenses and the categories. So again, insert, create a pivot chart. From here, as we have the categories, the next thing will be to have the expenses. We can convert these like I did the other ones, and go to options, remove the totals, and right click again, go to number format. From here, go to currency and remove the decimal places, click OK. And next thing is to insert a pivot chart. We will select a pie chart for this one, select the first one and click OK. The chart will be inserted in here. And as you can see in the dashboard here, our last chart is expenses and profits per month. So again, I'll go to data in here. I'll go to insert a pivot chart in a new worksheet. For this one, I'll write down the months, and next thing will be the expenses and the profits. Let's do the same formatting, remove the totals, and next thing is to convert this into currency and remove the decimal places, click OK. Do the same for the expenses. We will go to number format. From here, we'll select currency, remove the decimal places and click OK. So as this is done, I'll go to pivot chart, and from here, I'll insert a stacked column chart and click OK. And these things are done. So now what I have to do is I'll copy all of these and paste them into the dashboard sheet. So I have all the charts in here, and here I'll do a bit of formatting, so I'll fast track the video. I hope you understand the steps that I'm following. So here we have all the charts. We can add the data labels to the charts. For example, let's select this one, go to design. From here, I'll go to add chart elements and add data labels, and I'll select inside end. And in the meantime, you can change the colors. For example, go to format. From here, we can change the shape fill to this one, and we can change the color of the font, for example, to white. And I'll select the white font from here. So this is how you can do it for all of these. The most important thing in here is to understand the slicers through which we can filter our dashboard. So I'll insert slicers for one of them, click any of the charts in here, go to pivot chart tools, and in analyze, go to insert slicer. I'll insert the slicers for category, for project name, for month, for year, and for funds, and click OK. So if you want to change the style and everything in your slicers, so what you will do is click the slicers. From here, we will go to new slicer style. You can change from a wide range of options. For example, go to whole slicer, go to format. From here, we can select, for example, the fill, select any color that you would like and click OK. Once you apply that on your slicers, it will be automatically applied in here. But in here, I have a predefined slicer style. I'll apply it to all my slicers. So to this one, I'll click the slicer and I'll click the slicer style. It will be applied on the slicer style. For the other slicers, if you go and select any of the slicers and select the slicer style, you can change it. Now in here, I want to have the categories as I had in this dashboard. As you can see in here, all the categories listed side by side. So in here, what I will do is I'll go to columns and increase the number of columns as long as I have the categories listed in a single row and a number of columns. I can make it a bit smaller, and from here again, for the project names, I can do the same thing. I'll increase the number of columns in here And I'll bring the slicer in here. I'll bring the slicer into here and make this a bit smaller, increase the weight. We can do for the rest of the slicers as well. We can have the ears in here, and last but not the least, in here we can have the type of fonts in here. You can apply the slicers to all of them, and let's select this one. So if you filter any of the slicers, as you can see, only a single chart for which we inserted the slicer, it will be updated, and the rest will not be updated in here. So in order to make sure that all of the charts are updated, what we will do is click any of the slicers, go to report connections, and make sure to select all the tables in here. I'll do the same for other charts and fast track the video in here. So now if you click any of the options in here, all of the charts will be updated based on your selection, and you will have the filtered out data. So this is how you can prepare dynamic project dashboards in Microsoft Excel using slicers and pivot tables. I hope you've liked the content of the video. If you found them informative, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel and following us on Instagram and LinkedIn. Thank you very much for watching.